Did you know that there's going to be a war over the Arctic region? Shocking, right? But that's nowhere even close to the shocking facts about dinosaurs and the pyramids in this video. So buckle up, because I'm about to take you for a ride filled with facts so random, you'll have more questions than answers. And before we start, please subscribe. Done? Let's start. It might come off as unreal, but Russia and the United States are actually connected. But there's a little twist to it. You see, if we look at Alaska, there's a small distance between Russia and Alaska. Zooming further in, we see two Diomede islands between them. The Russian island has mostly military personnel on the island, while there's a small town on the side of US island, separated only by 2 miles of water. When winter arrives, the water between the islands freeze, enabling them to cross over the land by foot. In Alabama, it is illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket. This outdated law was supposedly enacted to prevent horse theft, as thieves would lure horses away by placing ice cream in their back pockets. Bizarre but effective method for stealing animals. Although no one enforces it today, it's still a quirky law on the books. Studies have shown that stressed plants, including vegetables, emit ultrasonic vibrations when damaged or dehydrated. These sounds are inaudible to humans but can be detected by specialized equipment. This phenomenon suggests that plants have a form of communication, warning nearby plants of potential threats. While this isn't screaming in the traditional sense, it highlights the complexity of plant biology. Vegetables like tomatoes and cucumbers have been observed producing these sounds, sparking debates about plant sentience and ethical farming practices. Weeds are among the most adaptable plants on Earth. Species like dandelions thrive in urban areas, pushing through cracks in concrete and surviving nutrient-poor soils. Their resilience is due to features like deep taproots that store energy and help them regrow after being cut. Many weeds can endure droughts, extreme temperatures, and even pollution. This adaptability allows them to invade ecosystems and outcompete native plants. Their ability to thrive in disturbed environments makes them some of the most persistent plants, requiring intensive management to prevent their spread in both agricultural fields and urban areas. You want to know an interesting fact? In 2024 alone, there were losses of more than $2 billion due to hacking, and you can be the next person. But worry not, because NordVPN encrypts your internet traffic, meaning your private info, like passwords, credit card details, or sensitive emails, stays private. It's like locking your front door, but for your online life. Plus, it hides your IP address so advertisers and nosy websites can't track you. And here's the kicker. With over 5,000 servers in 60+ countries, you can connect from virtually anywhere. Want to watch shows only available in the UK? Click a button and you're there. It's that simple. Try it risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. Click the link below and start browsing smarter, safer, and stress-free today. Lake Superior in the United States is the largest freshwater lake in the world, touching the borders of 4 states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, and Ontario. It's about the size of Netherlands and reaches up to 400 meters depth. So why is it called the graveyard of the Great Lakes? You see, this lake has had about a total of 350 shipwrecks, almost 200 of them in the bottom right, which came to be known as the graveyard of these ships. The main reason for it is the fact that hungry. A chicken's earlobe color can predict the color of its eggs. Chickens with white earlobes generally lay white eggs, while those with red or brown earlobes lay brown eggs. Chickens can also see a wider range of colors than humans due to an extra cone in their eyes, allowing them to perceive ultraviolet light. This enhanced vision helps them locate food, identify predators, and distinguish between flock members. While humans rely on 3 types of cones to see color, chickens have 4, giving them a more vivid perception of their environment. Although veins appear blue through the skin, blood inside them is red due to the absence of oxygen in venous blood. This color difference is an optical illusion caused by how light interacts with the skin. Veins themselves are designed to handle low-pressure blood flow, and their visibility can be influenced by body fat, hydration, and temperature. In individuals with low body fat, veins may appear more prominent, while factors like exercise, heat, or dehydration can make veins seem to disappear. Despite these variations, veins remain critical for transporting blood, ensuring that nutrients, gases, and waste products are effectively managed throughout the body. Did you know that running regularly can reverse some signs of muscle aging? As we age, muscle mass typically decreases, and the muscle fibers lose their ability to generate strength. However, consistent running, especially in older adults, can maintain or even increase muscle mass and strength. The repetitive motion helps stimulate muscle regeneration and improve aerobic capacity. In fact, runners in their 70s often show muscle health comparable to those decades younger, making running one of the best ways to slow down the natural aging process and stay physically active as you age. Carrots, as we know them, were not always orange. orange. Historically, wild carrots were purple, red, yellow, or white. The orange variety was selectively bred by Dutch farmers in the 17th century to honor the ruling House of Orange. This version became more popular due to its sweeter taste and appealing color. Modern carrots owe their color to beta-carotene, which the body converts to vitamin A, essential for vision and immune health. Despite their colorful history, most people today only recognize orange carrots, though purple and yellow varieties are regaining popularity for their unique flavors and antioxidants. Botanically speaking, tomatoes are classified as fruits because they develop from the ovary of a flower and contain seed. However, in culinary terms, they're treated as vegetables due to their savory taste and frequent use in salads, sauces, and soup. The confusion led to a U.S. Supreme Court ruling in 1893 declaring tomatoes vegetables for taxation purposes. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, an antioxidant linked to heart health and cancer prevention. They're also versatile with over 10,000 varieties worldwide, ranging from sweet cherry tomatoes to large beefsteaks. Are you paying attention? Because as always, I'm going to slip in a fake fact in this video. Cutting onions releases a sulfur-based compound called syn-propanethyl S-oxide, a volatile gas that reacts with water in your eyes to form mild sulfuric acid. This irritant stimulates your tear glands, causing tears. The chemical reaction is a natural defense mechanism of onions to deter pests. Interestingly, chilling onions or cutting them underwater can reduce tear production by slowing the release of the gas. Onions are a staple in cuisines worldwide and provide numerous health benefits, including antioxidants and compounds that may reduce inflammation, improve heart health, and boost immune function. When potatoes were introduced to Europe in the 16th century, many believed they were poisonous because they are part of the nightshade family, which includes toxic plants. Some even thought potatoes caused leprosy. It wasn't until the 18th century, when they were promoted by figures like Antoine-Augustin Parmentier, that potatoes became widely accepted as a staple crop. Today, they are the fourth most consumed food globally. Potatoes are highly versatile, used in dishes ranging from fries to gnocchi, and are a great source of carbohydrates, vitamin C, and potassium. Speaking of leprosy, it's an ancient disease dating back over 4,000 years and doesn't spread as easily as people think. 95% of humans are naturally immune. However, if you do contract it, the effects can be bizarre. It not only damages skin and nerves, but also changes body odor, creating a distinct, unpleasant scent. It can even make your eyebrows completely vanish. Despite its reputation, leprosy is often misunderstood. Casual contact won't transmit it, making those medieval isolation practices largely unnecessary. Broccoli didn't exist in the wild, but was selectively bred from a wild mustard plant, Brassica oleracea, over centuries. This process also produced cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage, all part of the cruciferous vegetable family. Broccoli gained popularity due to its mild flavor and health benefits, being rich in fiber, vitamin C, and cancer-fighting compounds like sulforaphane. Its cultivation dates back to the Roman Empire, but it wasn't widely eaten in the US until the 20th century. Broccoli's history demonstrates how human cultivation has shaped the foods we eat today. Wallets have surprising versatility, from holding personal records to being survival tools. Kazuya Ueda from Japan holds a Guinness World Record for owning over 500 unique wallets, ranging from antique designs to modern minimalist styles. Wallets have been improvised for survival, like reflecting light to start fires, or as makeshift flotation aids when stuffed with buoyant items. Historically, wallets were also used to carry letters and small personal belongings before the widespread use of paper currency. In a study of 17,000 lost wallets globally, those with baby photos were more frequently returned than others. Asparagus contains a compound called asparagusic acid, which breaks down into sulfur-containing chemicals when digested. These chemicals are responsible for the strong odor in urine shortly after eating asparagus. Interestingly, not everyone can detect this smell, as the ability to do so is genetic. Asparagus is packed with nutrients, including folate, fiber, and vitamins A, C, and K, making it a healthy addition to any diet. Its diuretic properties help flush out toxins from the body, further reinforcing its reputation as a vegetable with unique and surprising characteristics. Celery is often touted as a negative calorie food because the body uses more energy to digest it than the calories it provides. While this claim isn't entirely accurate, celery is extremely low in calories and high in water and fiber, making it a great choice for weight loss and hydration. Native to the Mediterranean, celery has been cultivated for thousands of years, initially as a medicinal plant. Its crunchy texture and mild flavor make it a versatile ingredient in salads, soups, and snacks, demonstrating its enduring popularity across cultures. Chickens can recognize over 100 individual faces, including humans and other animals. They demonstrate problem-solving skills comparable to small mammals like dogs and cats, and they dream during REM sleep, just like humans. Studies have shown they understand cause and effect and can even count up to 5. Baby chicks display object permanence, a trait seen in human toddlers. Despite being underestimated, chickens have social hierarchies, preferences for certain companions, and the ability to remember past events, proving their intelligence is far beyond what most people realize. guys. Enjoying the video? Consider buying me a coffee for staying up late and working on these videos. Links in the description. The spiciness of chili peppers comes from capsaicin, a compound that binds to pain receptors on the tongue. This triggers the brain to interpret the sensation as heat or burning, even though no actual temperature change occurs. Capsaicin is an evolutionary defense mechanism to deter animals from eating the peppers, but humans have developed a taste for the spice. Chili peppers are rich in vitamins A and C and are believed to boost metabolism and reduce inflammation, making them both a culinary and health staple worldwide. Trees hold the title of Earth's longest living organisms. Methuselah, a bristlecone pine in California, is over 4,800 years old, surviving through harsh conditions by growing slowly and conserving energy. However, clonal tree systems like the Pando Grove in Utah outshine individual trees. Pando, an interconnected network of aspen trees sharing a single root system, is estimated to be 80,000 years old. Clonal systems regenerate through roots, effectively making them immortal unless environmental conditions drastically change. These ancient trees have witnessed shifts in climate, human civilizations, and geological transformations, offering a living archive of Earth's environmental history. Spiders produce multiple types of silk, each with specific functions: web construction, prey wrapping, egg sac creation, or long-distance travel through ballooning. In ballooning, spiders release silk threads to catch wind currents, enabling them to traverse distances of up to hundreds of miles. The silk itself is a biological marvel, stronger than steel of the same diameter and more elastic than Kevlar, making it a focus for biomimetic research in materials science. Some species, like orb weavers, can spin intricate webs that serve as both traps and homes. Spider silk's composition, a mix of proteins like spidroins, allows for incredible tensile strength and elasticity. The study of spider silk has inspired potential applications in medicine, such as sutures, and in engineering for creating lightweight, durable materials. Trees engage in complex interactions via a fungal network often called the wood wide web. This underground system connects roots through mycorrhizal fungi, allowing trees to exchange water, nutrients, and chemical signals. Mother trees, usually older and larger, support younger saplings by transferring nutrients to their root systems. This network also enables trees to warn each other about pest infestations or diseases by releasing chemical signals. The mycorrhizal fungi benefit by receiving sugars from the trees, forming a mutually supportive system that allows forests to thrive even under environmental stress and resource scarcity. Forests play a critical role in mitigating climate change by absorbing roughly 2.4 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide annually. Trees capture carbon through photosynthesis and store it in their trunks, branches, and roots. Mangroves, a type of coastal tree, are particularly effective, storing up to 5 times more carbon per acre than tropical rainforests. This makes them vital for reducing global warming impacts. Additionally, forests help stabilize weather patterns, regulate water cycles, and prevent soil erosion, highlighting their multifaceted role in maintaining the planet's ecological balance and resilience against climate shifts. Trees have evolved sophisticated defense mechanisms to survive threats. Some, like acacia trees, release tannins that make their leaves toxic when grazed on, deterring herbivores. Others, such as dragon's blood trees in Yemen, exude a vivid red sap when damaged, historically considered magical and used in traditional medicines and dyes. Certain trees also emit volatile organic compounds to attract predators of their attackers, such as parasitic wasps that target leaf-eating insects. Additionally, trees can thicken their bark, form scar tissue, or grow spines to physically protect themselves against damage and environmental challenges. The General Sherman tree, a giant sequoia in California, is the largest known living tree by volume. Towering at 275 feet with a trunk diameter of 36 feet, it weighs over 6,000 tons. Despite its immense size, it continues to grow, adding enough wood annually to create a 60-foot tall tree. These trees play a critical role in supporting biodiversity by providing habitats for insects, birds, and mammals. Additionally, giant sequoias are highly fire-resistant due to their thick, spongy bark, enabling them to survive and regenerate even after wildfires, which are common in their natural habitats. Weeds are prolific seed producers, ensuring their survival and spread. A single pigweed plant, for instance, can produce up to 500,000 seeds in one growing season. These seeds are often lightweight, allowing them to travel long distances via wind, water, or attachment to animals. Some weed seeds, like those of barnyard grass, remain viable in soil for decades, waiting for the right conditions to sprout. This reproductive strategy makes weeds highly invasive, requiring continuous control measures in agriculture and natural areas. Without proper management, their overwhelming seed production can dominate landscapes and threaten native vegetation. In Washington, D.C., it's technically illegal to die in the Capitol building. This absurd law stems from an old statute that states anyone who dies in the Capitol or its grounds must be buried at government expense. While it's not enforced today, it remains on the books as a strange reminder of bygone laws. Fingernails grow at about 3.5 millimeters per month, nearly 3 times faster than toenails, due to better blood circulation and frequent use of fingers. Nails on the dominant hand grow slightly faster faster and growth rates increase in warmer months. Nails are made of keratin, the same protein found in hair, but their unique molecular structure makes them harder. This hardness protects the sensitive nail bed and assists with tasks like gripping or scratching. Contrary to myths, nails do not grow after death. The skin retracts as it dehydrates, creating the illusion of growth, but active blood flow is required for actual nail regeneration. Nails provide key insights into health. White spots, known as leukonychia, result from minor injuries to the nail matrix, not calcium deficiency. Yellow nails may indicate fungal infections, diabetes, or respiratory problems, while spoon-shaped nails, koilonychia, are linked to iron deficiency anemia. Textural changes like ridges can suggest age-related changes or conditions like arthritis. Nails grow faster in well-nourished individuals, reflecting overall health. Changes in nail appearance are often early indicators of health conditions, making them an important factor in medical diagnostics. Some weeds, like Japanese knotweed, are not just invasive but destructive. This plant can grow through concrete, asphalt, and building foundations, causing significant structural damage. Its roots, which can extend up to 20 feet deep, make removal extremely difficult. Knotweed's resilience and rapid growth lead to blocked drainage systems, compromised flood defenses, and weakened roads. It is so invasive that its presence can devalue properties, with some mortgage lenders refusing loans on affected homes. The cost of controlling Japanese knotweed runs into millions annually. Chickens are surprisingly chatty, using over 30 distinct vocalizations to convey different messages, such as warnings about predators, calls to gather food, or signals to their chicks. Their alarm calls even specify the type of predator, with distinct tones for threats from the sky or land. They're also the closest living relatives to the Tyrannosaurus rex. Genetic studies have confirmed that modern birds, including chickens, evolved from theropod dinosaurs. Their bone structures, particularly in the legs and feet, show clear similarities to their prehistoric ancestors. The discovery of protein in a T-Rex fossil further supports this link. Ducks have incredible 340-degree vision thanks to eyes on the sides of their heads, letting them spot predators from almost any angle without moving. Their vision is so sharp they can detect tiny insects or fish while flying or swimming, and they even see ultraviolet light. On top of that, ducks have an insane defense mechanism called unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. One half of their brain stays awake while the other sleeps, allowing them to keep one eye open for danger. In groups, they take turns being the lookout, ensuring everyone gets rest while staying safe from predators like foxes and eagles. It's a survival system that's as efficient as it is fascinating. Some goats, like the fainting goat, have a genetic condition called myotonia congenita that causes their muscles to stiffen when startled, making them faint for a few seconds. While harmless, it's a quirky trait that has made them a hit among animal enthusiasts. But don't let that fool you. Goats are escape artists. Their intelligence, curiosity, and climbing ability mean no fence is truly goat-proof. They can figure out weak spots, unlatch gates, or even work together to escape enclosures. This problem-solving knack, combined with their social nature, makes them entertaining yet challenging animals to manage. Goats truly keep you on your toes, both literally and figuratively. Dolphins are among the rare animals that recognize themselves in mirrors, passing the mirror test alongside humans, great apes, and elephants. They use mirrors to inspect parts of their bodies they can't normally see, proving a high level of self-awareness. Equally fascinating is how they sleep, using unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. One half of their brain rests while the other stays alert, allowing them to swim, surface for air, and watch for predators. This adaptation keeps them safe and functional in their aquatic environment, combining rest with survival in a way that's uniquely dolphin. Chicken is a globally popular protein due to its affordability, versatility, and health benefits, with over 100 million metric tons consumed in 2021. It is a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids necessary for muscle repair and growth, and is rich in B vitamins, selenium, and phosphorus, supporting immune function and bone health. Skinless breast meat is leaner and higher in protein, while darker leg and thigh meat offer more zinc and iron. Chicken meat can also vary in color based on the bird's diet, activity, or health. Free-range chickens have darker leg meat due to increased muscle use, while diets including marigold petals result in yellowish fat and skin. Rare cases of green muscle disease can also cause discoloration. Goats have rectangular pupils, giving them nearly 340-degree vision to spot predators without moving their heads. These pupils also enhance their ability to see in low light, which is crucial for navigating rocky terrains during dawn or dusk. Speaking of terrain, goats are climbing masters. Their hooves are perfectly designed for gripping steep, rocky surfaces with a hard outer edge and soft soft concave undersides for traction. This allows them to scale cliffs, mountains, and even trees, reaching places most animals can't. Their climbing skills not only help them escape predators, but also give them access to food in hard-to-reach areas, making them one of nature's most agile and resourceful animals. Ducks stay perfectly dry even after hours in water thanks to a waterproof oil they spread from their uropygial gland. Beneath this layer, they have fluffy down feathers for insulation, keeping them warm even in freezing water. But not all duck adaptations are cozy. Male ducks, or drakes, are aggressive during mating, sometimes forming gangs that can harm females. In response, female ducks evolved corkscrew-shaped reproductive tracts with dead ends to control which males fertilize their eggs. This evolutionary arms race between the sexes is as brutal as it is ingenious, showing how survival and reproduction are anything but simple. Chicken is a leading source of foodborne illnesses globally, often linked to bacteria like Salmonella and Campylobacter. Improper handling, undercooking, and cross-contamination pose significant health risks, emphasizing the need for safe cooking and storage practices. Chicken must be cooked to an internal temperature of 165 Fahrenheit to eliminate harmful pathogens. Cross-contamination can be prevented by thoroughly cleaning utensils, surfaces, and hands after handling raw chicken. Despite risks, advancements in food safety regulations and awareness have reduced outbreaks. Consumers must store chicken at appropriate temperatures, cook it fully, and avoid using the same surfaces or tools for raw and cooked chicken to minimize potential illnesses. Dolphins are skilled tool users, with bottlenose dolphins placing sponges on their snouts to protect themselves while foraging on rough ocean floors. This learned behavior is passed down through generations, showcasing their intelligence and ability to innovate. Beyond tools, dolphins display surprising empathy toward humans. They've been observed guiding fishermen to fish and even protecting swimmers from sharks by forming barriers. These behaviors reflect their social intelligence and a remarkable capacity for cooperation and understanding, making dolphins one of the most fascinating species in the animal kingdom. Spiders rely on unique feeding habits, using their fangs to inject digestive enzymes that liquefy their prey's insides for easy consumption. Their venom, while toxic to prey, is harmless to humans in most species, except for a few like black widows or brown recluses. Jumping spiders have exceptional vision, with large, forward-facing eyes capable of acute focus, allowing them to hunt with precision. This ability even includes recognizing objects or faces, an unusual trait among invertebrates. Spiders are also highly adaptable, capable of surviving months without food by slowing their metabolism, particularly in cold or scarce conditions. Cold-blooded by nature, they thrive in diverse habitats, from deserts to rainforests, using these adaptations to endure environmental challenges. Wallets date back over 3,000 years, with the oldest found in Germany during the Bronze Age. This pouch-like wallet held tools, coins, or trade items, showcasing early human ingenuity in carrying valuables. Modern wallets still serve this purpose, with the average person carrying $90 in cash, though digital payments are steadily replacing physical money. Wallet designs now cater to different needs, from slim card holders for minimalists to RFID blocking wallets for added security against digital theft. In Japan, where cash use is more prevalent, people often carry thicker wallets to store larger bills and coins. Wallets reflect not only cultural practices but also technological advancements, adapting to how we store and protect our assets. Veins in the human body, stretching over 60,000 miles if laid end to end, play a vital role in blood circulation. They contain one-way valves that prevent backflow and ensure blood moves efficiently toward the heart, a crucial feature to avoid circulation problems like varicose veins. These valves are especially important in the legs, where gravity makes upward blood flow challenging. Additionally, veins can constrict or dilate, adjusting blood flow and pressure in response to physical activity or environmental factors, like temperature changes. The ability of veins to adapt to these demands helps the body regulate vital processes such as nutrient distribution and waste removal. And now, it's time for some mind-blowing facts about dinosaurs. The Tyrannosaurus rex, one of the most iconic dinosaurs, had a bite force of approximately 12,800 pounds, making it one of the strongest bite forces in animal history. This powerful bite allowed it to crush bones and bite through the tough hides of its prey, making it an apex predator. The T-Rex's teeth were designed for cutting through meat, with serrated edges that acted like knives. Its jaw muscles were extraordinarily strong, and it could exert immense pressure when biting down, likely leading to the consumption of large chunks of meat and bone. Its predatory efficiency was key to its dominance in its environment, feeding on other large herbivores like Triceratops. This bite force is stronger than any modern-day carnivore, including crocodiles and great white sharks. While modern birds are known for their feathers, many dinosaurs also had feathers long before birds evolved. Fossil evidence, particularly from species like Velociraptor and Microraptor, shows that these dinosaurs had feathers that could have been used for display, insulation, or perhaps gliding rather than flight. Some species, like Archaeopteryx, which lived about 150 million years ago, had feathers and wings, representing an evolutionary bridge between non-avian dinosaurs and birds. Feathers were initially believed to have served purposes like temperature regulation, but over time they evolved for flight in some species. The discovery of feathered dinosaurs has provided significant insights into the evolutionary link between dinosaurs and birds, fundamentally changing our understanding of dinosaur biology and evolution. The Brachiosaurus was one of the largest dinosaurs to ever roam the Earth, standing over 40 feet tall and measuring more than 80 feet long. Unlike most large sauropods, which had similar-sized front and rear legs, the Brachiosaurus had disproportionately long front legs. This unique feature gave it a giraffe-like posture, allowing it to reach vegetation high in the trees, far above the reach of most other herbivorous dinosaurs. Its long neck helped it feed on conifers and other plants that were beyond the reach of other herbivores, giving it an ecological advantage. The Brachiosaurus lived during the Jurassic period, and its massive size, along with its ability to feed from towering trees, made it one of the most successful plant eaters of its time. The largest known dinosaur eggs come from a species believed to be laid by a sauropod, specifically the Macroelongatulithus dinosaur. These eggs were about the size of a basketball, some measuring over 18 inches in diameter. Sauropods like Apatosaurus and Brachiosaurus were some of the largest dinosaurs, and their eggs were proportionally enormous. These massive eggs likely held well-developed embryos that could quickly grow after hatching. The size of the eggs raises questions about how such large creatures could start life in such small, fragile shells. Some scientists believe that the large size and structure of these eggs provided insights into how these dinosaurs managed reproduction and development, offering clues about their growth rates and how they navigated early life stages in a hostile world filled with predators. Spinosaurus is considered one of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs, reaching lengths of up to 59 feet and potentially weighing as much as 7 to 10 tons. What makes it unique is its presumed semi-aquatic lifestyle, which differentiates it from other giant carnivores like Tyrannosaurus rex. Its fossil evidence suggests adaptations for aquatic life, such as a long crocodile-like snout with conical teeth, ideal for catching fish. Its body was also built for swimming with webbed feet, a muscular tail likely used for propulsion, and a sail-like structure on its back. Spinosaurus lived during the Cretaceous period, roughly 112 to 93 million years ago in what is now North Africa, and it is believed to have hunted both in water and on land, making it a versatile and formidable predator in its environment. Ankylosaurus was a heavily armored dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, equipped with a unique tail club that made it one of the most defensive species. The tail club, made up of large, bony structures fused together, could swing with immense force, potentially breaking the bones of attackers or deterring predators. Its body was covered in thick, bony plates and spikes, providing protection from carnivores like the Tyrannosaurus rex. The Ankylosaurus also had a low-slung body, making it difficult for predators to reach its vital areas. Its tail club, however, was likely its most effective defense, used not just to ward off attackers, but also to maintain its position as a dominant herbivore in its ecosystem, deterring any potential threats with its sheer force. Triceratops, one of the most iconic herbivorous dinosaurs, had a large bony frill on the back of its head, which was likely used for communication, display, and social interaction. This frill, made of bone and sometimes decorated with holes, may have been brightly colored or patterned, serving to attract mates or intimidate rivals. Its 3 facial horns, another notable feature, were likely used for defense and combat, particularly during the mating season when males fought for dominance. Fossil evidence suggests that Triceratops lived in herds, and the frill and horns could have played an important role in social structure and recognition among individuals. The combination of the frill and horns made the Triceratops one of the most unique and well-protected herbivores of the late Cretaceous period. Argentinosaurus is one of the largest land animals ever discovered, measuring up to 100 feet in length and weighing around 100 tons. This sauropod dinosaur, which lived in the late Cretaceous period, was a plant eater feeding on massive quantities of vegetation to sustain its enormous body. It likely browsed on conifers and cycads, reaching the tops of trees with its long neck. Despite its massive size, Argentinosaurus was likely slow-moving and vulnerable to attacks from predators. Its sheer size, however, offered it protection, as few carnivores could overpower such a massive creature. The discovery of Argentinosaurus in South America has expanded our understanding of the size capabilities of sauropods and the unique ecosystems that supported such massive herbivores during the Mesozoic era. Let's talk about the moon now, shall we? The moon is gradually moving away from Earth at a rate of about 3.8 centimeters per year. This phenomenon is due to tidal forces. The gravitational pull of the moon causes Earth's oceans to bulge, creating friction that slows Earth's rotation and transfers angular momentum to the moon, pushing it farther away. Over millions of years, this will lead to longer days on Earth as the moon's pull weakens tidal forces. Additionally, the moon's gradual retreat will eventually change the dynamics of Earth-Moon interactions, causing tidal ranges to shrink. In the distant future, this process could result in a day lasting 25 hours, and the moon might be too far to cause significant tidal forces, fundamentally altering Earth's rhythm. The moon experiences seismic events called moonquakes, which can occur due to a variety of causes, including tidal forces from Earth, meteorite impacts, and thermal effects from the sun. These These quakes can be mild or severe, with some reaching up to 5.5 on the Richter scale, similar in magnitude to earthquakes on Earth. Scientists believe that moonquakes caused by tidal forces result from the moon's interior being partially molten or experiencing deformation. These events are critical for understanding the moon's interior composition and structure. Data from the Apollo missions, which deployed seismometers on the moon, revealed that these quakes can occur deep within the moon, providing valuable insights into its geologic activity and internal dynamics. In 2009, NASA confirmed that water exists on the moon, particularly in the form of ice trapped in permanently shadowed craters near the lunar poles. These areas never receive sunlight, allowing temperatures to drop low enough for ice to form and remain stable. The discovery is crucial for future lunar exploration and colonization. Water is essential for human survival, and the moon's water reserves could be used for drinking, oxygen production, and even splitting into hydrogen for rocket fuel, enabling more sustainable missions. The presence of water on the moon also supports the idea that the lunar environment may have been more hospitable in the past, possibly even supporting microbial life forms in the distant history of our solar system. Research shows that couples who argue at least once a week are statistically 60% more likely to stay together long term. Regular arguments promote better understanding of each other's needs and trigger the release of bonding hormones like oxytocin. In fact, couples who disagree frequently are found to have a stronger emotional connection due to the constant exchange of differing viewpoints. Studies also indicate that couples who argue at least 3 times per week are 40% more likely to experience increased financial success, as conflict encourages better decision-making skills and resource management in the relationship. The moon once had a magnetic field, similar to Earth's, but it disappeared billions of years ago. Evidence gathered from Apollo mission rock samples shows traces of magnetization in lunar rocks, suggesting that the moon had a molten core that generated a dynamo magnetic field. However, this field disappeared as the moon's core cooled and solidified. Scientists are still studying why the moon's magnetic field collapsed, but it provides insight into the history of planetary cores. The most widely accepted theory for the moon's origin is the giant impact hypothesis. This theory proposes that around 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized body named Theia collided with the young Earth, sending debris from Earth's outer layers into space. This debris eventually coalesced to form the moon. This theory is supported by the fact that the moon's composition closely resembles Earth's outer crust, but with a much lower concentration of iron. The collision theory also explains the moon's lack of a significant iron core. Studying the moon's origin helps scientists understand the early solar system and the formation of planetary bodies. The aftermath of this collision likely played a key role in shaping the Earth-Moon system as we know it today. We've used paper for more than 5,000 years. Let's go over some facts, shall we? Paper's flash point is 451 degrees, meaning it won't spontaneously ignite at lower temperatures. When exposed to heat, it chars and turns to ash slowly, rather than bursting into flames. This characteristic inspired Ray Bradbury's novel Fahrenheit 451, which explores the burning of books. The charring process is due to the cellulose in paper breaking down, releasing gases that ignite only at high heat. However, adding certain chemicals to paper can make it flame resistant, a feature used in specialized applications like firefighter manuals. Paper's behavior under heat underscores the science behind combustion and its everyday implications. China introduced paper money during the Tang Dynasty in 7th century, a groundbreaking shift from coins. These flying cash notes were light and easy to transport, but prone to counterfeiting. To combat this, authorities imposed severe penalties, including death, for forgery. The notes were backed by metal reserves, and trust in their value depended heavily on government stability. This innovation laid the groundwork for modern fiat currencies, yet it also demonstrated the challenges of managing a monetary system reliant on paper. Despite its risks, paper money revolutionized trade by making large-scale transactions more practical, especially along the Silk Road. Paper, though seemingly fragile, can exhibit remarkable strength under certain conditions. By folding a single sheet into a structural design, such as a tightly layered column, it can support the weight of a car. This strength is due to the compression forces being evenly distributed, a principle also seen in architectural engineering. Industrial applications leverage paper's strength-to-weight ratio in products like honeycomb panels used in packaging and construction. Research into cellulose nanofibers, a component of paper, reveals materials even stronger than steel, paving the way for innovative uses. Paper's hidden strength showcases its potential beyond conventional writing and printing purposes. Paper cuts are disproportionately painful due to the microscopic jagged edges of paper, which tear skin rather than slicing cleanly. The cut often doesn't bleed much, leaving nerve endings exposed and highly sensitive to air and movement. Additionally, paper fibers can remain in the wound, causing irritation. Studies on wound healing show that shallow cuts on fingertips are among the most painful because they're densely packed with nerve endings. This makes paper cuts a prime example of how even minor injuries can cause significant discomfort. Understanding this phenomenon has even influenced the design of safety measures in workplaces handling paper. While wood pulp is the primary material for most paper, Alternative sources like hemp, bamboo, and even elephant dung are increasingly used. Elephants consume fibrous plants, and their dung, rich in cellulose, is cleaned, processed, and transformed into paper. This eco-friendly practice reduces deforestation and promotes sustainability. Similarly, hemp paper has been used for centuries, prized for its durability and recyclability. Today, advancements in technology are exploring agricultural waste, like wheat straw and sugarcane bagasse, as viable paper sources. Female tarantulas have an impressive lifespan, living up to 30 years, while males live significantly shorter lives, typically 5 to 10 years. This difference is due to the fact that males often die after mating, while females continue to live and breed. Additionally, tarantulas can regenerate lost limbs during their molting process, which occurs several times throughout their lives. Although new limbs may take multiple molts to resemble the original, the ability to regrow limbs helps them recover from injuries caused by predators or fights. This ability to regenerate and their long life expectancy make tarantulas one of the more resilient arachnids. Made it this far? Buy me a coffee. It helps me with creating more content like this. Link is in the description. Tarantulas are capable of surviving up to 2 to 3 months without food, thanks to their slow metabolism and low activity levels. This survival strategy is beneficial when food is scarce in their natural habitats. In addition to their ability to go without food, tarantulas have a unique defense mechanism involving urticating hairs. These barbed hairs located on their abdomen can be released into the air to irritate predators, causing painful rashes. Despite their formidable defense and size, tarantulas are not aggressive toward humans and typically bite only in self-defense, with bites causing localized pain but rarely serious harm. Origami techniques are being used in space exploration to fold large solar panels, antennas, and telescopes into compact forms for easier launch and deployment. NASA has used origami-inspired designs for creating foldable solar arrays and antennas, reducing space travel constraints. Similarly, origami-inspired 3D printed medical materials are being developed for use in surgeries. These materials self-fold into specific shapes when exposed to water, mimicking traditional origami. This technology is being adapted for self-assembling sutures, offering a more efficient and minimally invasive alternative to traditional stitching. Origami has a surprising connection to mathematics and robotics, influencing both fields in unexpected ways. Mathematicians use origami folding to solve geometric problems, with paper folds providing insight into abstract concepts like curves and molecular structures. In robotics, origami-inspired soft robots are designed to fold and unfold, allowing them to perform tasks such as search and rescue missions or surgeries. These robots can adapt to confined spaces, making them more flexible and efficient. Additionally, origami-inspired water filters have been developed for disaster relief, folding into compact forms for easy transport and unfolding to purify water using paper-based materials, offering a practical solution for clean water access. Geysers are known for their sudden eruptions, with some spewing hot water and steam hundreds of feet into the air without any visible signs beforehand. While famous geysers like Old Faithful in Yellowstone have a predictable eruption cycle, many geysers remain highly unpredictable. A geyser erupts when underground water, heated by geothermal activity, builds up pressure, eventually forcing its way through the surface. The timing and intensity of these eruptions are influenced by several factors, including the amount of water, the temperature, and the structure of the geyser's plumbing system. Some geysers can remain dormant for years before erupting, while others may have irregular eruptions. The geothermal fields where geysers are found, such as Yellowstone, are also home to unique ecosystems with heat-loving organisms, adding another layer of fascination to these unpredictable natural wonders. Spelunking reveals hidden ecosystems and geological wonders, such as unique cave species like blind fish and bats that thrive in complete darkness. Caves are often complex and dangerous, with narrow passages, sudden drops, and varying temperatures, making navigation a challenge even for experienced explorers. The world's deepest cave, Krubera in Georgia, reaches 2,197 meters deep and was fully explored only in 2001. Caves are constantly changing due to water, seismic activity, and rockfalls, which can make previously explored paths impassable. Additionally, caves house ancient cave paintings and artifacts, offering glimpses into prehistoric human life, like the 17,000-year-old paintings found in the Lascaux Caves. Cacti are remarkable for their adaptations to extreme environments, with some species living for over 2 centuries and growing at a pace of just a few inches per year. The saguaro, for example, develops deep roots extending up to 100 feet to absorb water during rare rainfalls. Their spines, modified from leaves, provide protection from predators, shade, and reduce water evaporation. Cacti can store significant amounts of water, enabling them to survive prolonged droughts. Some species, such as the prickly pear, produce fruit packed with vitamins and antioxidants, while others, like the nopal cactus, offer edible pads rich in fiber, showcasing cacti's value both ecologically and nutritionally. Cacti, like the saguaro, can live for over 200 years, growing slowly and reaching heights over 40 feet. They store water in their tissues, with species like the barrel cactus holding up to 200 liters to survive dry spells. Their Their thick, waxy skin and spines, which are modified leaves, help reduce water loss, protect from herbivores, and create moisture-retaining microhabitats around the plant. Despite blooming only once a year, some species like the night-blooming cereus produce large, fragrant flowers that open overnight to attract nocturnal pollinators like bats. Additionally, many cacti, such as prickly pears, produce edible fruit rich in vitamins and antioxidants, with their pulp used in juices or jams, and pads like the nopal cactus being used in cooking for their high fiber content. Violin strings, traditionally made from catgut, which actually comes from sheep or goat intestines, are now commonly crafted from synthetic materials or steel. The violin's shape, with its hollow body and F-holes, amplifies sound by creating resonance and allowing air movement, enhancing its rich tone. Stradivarius violins, crafted by Antonio Stradivari, are regarded as the finest in history, with some selling for millions due to their unique sound and craftsmanship. Violins require constant tuning throughout the day, as changes in temperature, humidity, and string tension can alter their pitch. Despite being made of wood, violins are durable, often lasting for centuries when well maintained, with some surviving over 300 years due to their superior materials and construction. Mirages occur when light bends due to temperature differences between the ground and air, creating optical illusions like pools of water or distant floating objects. The most common type, a standard mirage, happens when hot air near the ground refracts light, often seen on roads or in deserts. Superior mirages, rarer and usually seen in polar regions, cause distant objects to appear elevated or floating, as light bends over the horizon. A specific type of superior mirage, the Fata Morgana, creates stacked, distorted images, making objects like ships or islands appear stretched or upside down. These illusions happen because of rapid temperature variations between air layers, and while often associated with hot climates, mirages can also be seen in colder regions, distorting distant horizons. Mirages occur when light bends due to temperature differences between the ground and air, creating optical illusions like pools of water or distant floating objects. The most common type, a standard mirage, happens when hot air near the ground refracts light, often seen on roads or in deserts. Superior mirages, rarer and usually seen in polar regions, cause distant objects to appear elevated or floating, as light bends over the horizon. A specific type of superior mirage, the Fata Morgana, creates stacked, distorted images, making objects like ships or islands appear stretched or upside down. These illusions happen because of rapid temperature variations between air layers, and while often associated with hot climates, mirages can also be seen in colder regions, distorting distant horizons. Casinos have been around since centuries, and while they have helped some earn jackpots worth millions, they've ruined the lives of many people. Let's talk about some facts about these casinos. Every casino game has an inherent advantage for the casino known as the house edge. This mathematical advantage ensures that the casino consistently profits over time, even though individual players can win large amounts. In games like blackjack, the house edge comes from the rules, such as the dealer winning ties. In roulette, the presence of a 0 or double 0 on the wheel gives the house an edge, as it introduces an additional set of losing outcomes for players. Slot machines typically have a higher house edge due to random number generators, making it nearly impossible to predict outcomes. The size of the house edge varies from game to game, but in all cases, the odds favor the casino, ensuring long-term profitability. Casinos are intentionally designed to keep you engaged and encourage prolonged gambling sessions. One key design element is the absence of clocks or windows. This ensures players lose track of time and remain unaware of how long they've been gambling. Bright, stimulating lights and sounds from slot machines create a lively atmosphere that entices players to keep playing. Additionally, casinos use a mix of strategically placed food and drink stations to ensure players are comfortable and well-fed, reducing the urge to leave. Free drinks and comped services are often provided to high rollers, making it tempting to stay and gamble longer. Even the layout is designed to guide you deeper into the casino floor, encouraging more play and more money spent. The Venetian Macau is the world's largest casino by floor space, covering over 500,000 square feet. Located in the gambling capital of Asia, Macau, it features a vast range of gaming options, including 3,400 slot machines and over 500 table games. Macau has become the world's biggest gambling hub, surpassing Las Vegas in revenue due to the influx of wealthy tourists from mainland China. The Venetian Macau is a resort and entertainment complex, housing hotels, luxury shopping, restaurants, and theaters. Macau's success is largely attributed to its legal status as a special administrative region of China, allowing for a unique and booming gambling industry. The region's economic growth is heavily driven by the casino industry, with gambling accounting for over 50% of Macau's revenue. To ensure fairness and prevent financial losses from cheating, casinos employ state-of-the-art technology for surveillance and security. High-definition cameras are mounted throughout the casino floor, providing real-time monitoring of all games. Many casinos also utilize facial recognition software, which scans faces to identify known cheaters or banned individuals. In table games, casinos use card shuffling machines to ensure randomness, while slot machines are equipped with sensors to detect irregularities. Shuffle tracking and and card-counting detection technologies are used to identify players who might try to manipulate the game. Additionally, some casinos use sophisticated software to monitor betting patterns, ensuring that no one is exploiting the system. This technology not only prevents cheating, but also boosts the casino's credibility by maintaining a secure and fair environment for all patrons. Casinos offer self-exclusion programs that allow individuals to ban themselves from gambling for a set period, ranging from months to years or even permanently. To initiate the process, individuals fill out a form online or at the casino, formally requesting exclusion. During this time, they are restricted from entering the casino or accessing any gambling services. Some jurisdictions enforce self-exclusion legally, ensuring the individual is blocked from licensed gambling establishments within that area. Many casinos also extend this to nearby casinos and online platforms. These programs aim to help people regain control over problematic gambling habits and often include additional support services such as counseling to assist individuals in overcoming their addiction. Gambling addiction, or compulsive gambling, is a significant concern for both individuals and the casino industry. The excitement of winning, combined with the near-miss effect where players almost win, can trigger the brain's reward system, leading to the release of dopamine and reinforcing the desire to keep playing. For some, this creates an addictive cycle where the urge to gamble overwhelms their ability to stop. This can result in financial ruin, relationship problems, and mental health issues. Casinos are often criticized for profiting from addiction, and many have implemented responsible gambling programs such as self-exclusion options and educational materials to help those struggling with gambling problems. Despite this, addiction remains a serious issue for a significant portion of casino goers. Do you think gambling should be illegal? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, subscribe. Although pyramids are famously known as tombs for pharaohs and high-ranking individuals, some served other functions. For example, the pyramids of ancient Egypt, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza, were carefully aligned with celestial bodies, indicating their possible use for astronomical observations. The pyramids could have acted as markers for solstices and equinoxes, key events in the Egyptian agricultural calendar. In addition, some pyramids contain solar temples used for religious purposes. The structure and orientation of the pyramids are thought to represent the ancient Egyptians' belief in the sun god Ra, and the pyramid was seen as a means for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the afterlife. These pyramids were powerful symbols of divine order. Despite the remarkable precision with which many pyramids were built, some pyramids are misaligned with the cardinal points. For example, the Pyramid of Meidum, once thought to be a step pyramid before its smooth sides were built over, shows a slight misalignment with the true north. This misalignment could be due to errors in early construction techniques or changes in the Earth's orientation over time. However, despite this imperfection, other pyramids, including the Great Pyramid of Giza, exhibit extraordinary precision in their alignment. The accuracy with which ancient Egyptians could orient the pyramids toward the cardinal directions, and later adjustments made during construction, demonstrates their advanced knowledge of astronomy and engineering. The Great Pyramid of Giza, completed around 2560 BC, stood as the tallest man-made structure for nearly 3,800 years, reaching a height of 481 feet. It was built using approximately 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing between 2.5 and 15 tons, with higher quality granite used for internal chambers. The pyramid's construction required advanced knowledge of engineering, as these massive blocks were quarried locally and transported to the site, likely using ramps, sledges, or other methods. The precision in the alignment of the pyramid with the cardinal points and celestial bodies reflects the Egyptians' mastery in astronomy and architecture. The sheer scale and accuracy of the Great Pyramid's construction make it a lasting testament to ancient Egyptian engineering skills. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth, with temperatures plunging as low as -128.6 Fahrenheit at Vostok Station in 1983. The region's temperature fluctuates, but even in the summer, it stays below freezing. The extreme cold is due to the continent's high elevation, lack of sunlight during winters, and the reflective ice surface, which prevents heat absorption. Despite its frigid temperatures, research stations remain operational, housing scientists studying climate change, glaciology, and wildlife, making it a crucial location for scientific research. Despite its cold and icy environment, Antarctica is home to Mount Erebus, one of the world's most active volcanoes. Located on Ross Island, Erebus is known for its continuous lava lake, which has been erupting for over 40 years. The volcano's eruptions are closely monitored by scientists studying its behavior and volcanic activity. Mount Erebus is part of the larger Antarctic volcanic range, which includes other active and dormant volcanoes. The volcanic heat from these eruptions can influence local ecosystems, contributing to the melting of nearby ice and providing insights into the region's geologic activity. Antarctica, despite being covered by ice, qualifies as the largest desert on Earth, receiving less than 2 inches, 50 millimeters of precipitation annually. This dry environment is due to its cold temperatures, which inhibit moisture in the air from condensing and falling as snow. Coastal regions may experience more snow, but the interior is incredibly dry. The continent's desert conditions have unique ecosystems, including extremophiles, organisms that thrive in extreme environments. The desert conditions also challenge research, as they make food and water scarcity an issue for scientists working in Antarctica's research stations. Beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheet lie over 400 subglacial lakes, with Lake Vostok being the largest and most well-known. These lakes have been isolated for millions of years, with their waters remaining liquid due to the pressure of the ice above. Despite being sealed off from the outside world, microbial life has been discovered within these lakes, suggesting that life can exist in extreme environments. Antarctica has no native population or permanent residents. The only people who live there are temporary researchers working at various research stations funded by different countries. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, governs the continent, ensuring it remains a neutral zone dedicated to scientific exploration. The treaty also bans military activity, mining, and nuclear testing, establishing the region as a scientific preserve. Antarctica's lack of a native population and harsh environment mean that human impact is limited to research activities, helping preserve its pristine state. However, the continent faces environmental pressures due to climate change and human activities. Antarctica is a haven for penguins, hosting more than 18 million individuals across several species. The emperor penguin, the largest of the species, thrives in the harshest conditions, enduring temperatures as low as -60 degrees during the long winter months. Other species, like the Adelie and chinstrap penguins, also make their homes on the continent, nesting along the coast. Penguins in Antarctica rely on sea ice for breeding and feeding. They are excellent swimmers, diving for fish and krill. Climate change threatens their habitats, with the loss of sea ice disrupting breeding patterns and access to food sources, leading to population declines. Antarctica holds around 90% of the world's fresh water trapped in its vast ice sheets. If all of Antarctica's ice were to melt, it would cause global sea levels to rise by about 200 feet, submergent coastlines, and displace millions of people. The continent's ice is critical to global climate regulation, influencing ocean currents and atmospheric temperatures. In addition, the ice is home to unique ecosystems, including bacteria and other microorganisms adapted to extreme cold. Understanding Antarctica's ice and how it interacts with the global climate is crucial for predicting future environmental changes. Antarctica's ice sheet is melting at an alarming rate due to global warming. Ice loss has been accelerated by warmer ocean waters that erode the floating ice shelves from beneath. This contributes to rising sea levels, threatening coastal cities and ecosystems globally. Studies show that Antarctica has been losing about 2.7 trillion tons of ice since the 1990s, with the melting rate increasing significantly in the past few decades. Scientists use satellite data and ice core samples to monitor these changes and predict future sea level rise. The loss of ice also affects marine ecosystems, altering food chains and habitats in the Southern Ocean. But you know what the governments are planning due to the melting ice caps? Trade routes. The Arctic Circle is a politically crucial place for economic gains for several countries. Due to global warming, it's expected that it will soon open new trade routes that may significantly reduce the duration and cost of shopping goods across the oceans. It doesn't just end there, as the area is also rich in resources like oil, gold, gas, and iron, making it even more important for the countries like Russia, United States, Canada, and other European countries that are close to the region. Let's just hope that this does not turn into a global-scale war now. Kelp forests are highly productive ecosystems, growing up to 2 feet per day. They provide shelter and food for diverse marine life, acting as crucial carbon sinks by absorbing carbon dioxide. Kelp is also rich in essential nutrients like iodine, calcium, and magnesium, and is used in both food and supplements. In addition, it plays a role in combating climate change by sequestering carbon, making it vital for marine biodiversity and the environment. Kelp has potential as a sustainable biofuel, offering an eco-friendly alternative to land-based crops. It can be converted into bioethanol, and unlike traditional crops, it doesn't require fresh water, land, or fertilizers. Kelp is also being researched for its medicinal properties, including antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Microplastics are everywhere, even in remote locations like the Arctic and deep ocean trenches. Studies have found microplastics in snow, sea ice, and even in the air. These tiny plastic particles, less than 5 millimeters in size, can travel vast distances, making it nearly impossible to avoid their presence in our environment. Microplastics are also found in the food chain. They have been detected in fish, shellfish, and even in salt. Ingesting microplastics can pose health risks, as they may contain toxic chemicals like BPA or phthalates, which can disrupt hormones and cause other long-term health issues when consumed by humans. Cesium is one of the most reactive elements on the periodic table, and it can spontaneously ignite when exposed to water. This extreme reactivity makes it a hazard, especially in its pure form. It is often stored in special containers to prevent accidental reactions with moisture in the air. Cesium is also used in atomic clocks, which are essential for GPS and telecommunications. The precise measurements of cesium-based clocks are key to maintaining the accuracy of global navigation systems. These clocks are so accurate that they can measure time down to 1/billionth of a second. Some of the deadliest poisons are naturally occurring. For instance, ricin, found in castor beans, is a potent toxin that can cause death within hours if ingested or injected. Even a tiny amount can be fatal, as it inhibits protein synthesis in cells, leading to organ failure and death. Poison can also be used as a weapon with minimal trace, VX. The chemical compound VX, a nerve agent, is extremely toxic and can cause death in minutes through skin contact or inhalation. Not only that, many everyday substances can become poisonous when consumed in excessive amounts. For example, water poisoning or hyponatremia can occur if too much water is consumed too quickly, diluting the body's sodium levels and causing swelling in the brain, which can be fatal. Potatoes are not just a starchy food, they are also rich in antioxidants. Varieties with colored skins like purple or red potatoes contain high levels of anthocyanins, which are known to combat oxidative stress in the body. This makes potatoes a surprisingly healthy addition to a balanced diet. In the 19th century, potatoes faced a near-extinction event during the Irish potato famine. A fungal disease, late blight, wiped out potato crops, leading to widespread famine and the deaths of approximately 1 million people. The loss highlighted the risk of relying too heavily on a single crop. In the 18th century, rubber was considered a luxury material in Europe, and only the elite could afford to use rubber products. It wasn't until the development of rubber vulcanization by Charles Goodyear in the 19th century that rubber became widely available and more affordable for everyday use. In ancient Mesoamerica, the indigenous people of the Aztec and Mayan civilizations used rubber for various purposes, including as a form of currency. Rubber was highly valued for its durability and elasticity, often used to make ceremonial objects, balls, and even footwear. And that's where it ends today. Did you find the fake fact? Let me give you a hint. It's about a couple. And please subscribe, as it is the best way of supporting me throughout this journey of sharing this valuable knowledge with you guys. Until next time, the useless guy.